Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 17th, 2018, and today is Thursday morning. So earlier this morning, we had a number coming out of the Australian dollar, employment change number coming out of Australia. We'll take a look at that in just a moment, but let's see what's been happening in the markets. We're jumping here into the Euro USD, and as you can see, we faltered yesterday even further down to 1774. As you can see, that we're just bouncing off of that right now. So relatively, we've been very weak, like I've mentioned, but we haven't really broken, with some velocity, some speed on the way down here. So we may see a bounce. And the reason I say that, if we look at the GBP USD, we're getting that bounce, and we look like we're, coming into somewhat of a capitulation here on the bottom of this 134.48-ish level. On the bottom side of it, we're trading above at 135.35-ish level. So we're looking like as if we're consolidating here. We may see a little bit of a capitulation on the upside as this corrects itself. We've had a massive correction in the dollar versus the GBP and the euro, and we're seeing that across the board. Now, jumping into the Swiss franc, we saw that it yesterday just faltered right below its resistance level right here, and we're still just flirting with this resistance level. I mean, if we don't see this really breaking down further, we may actually see it break out on the upside. So, you got to keep this on your radar to see which way we're going, especially if the RSI stays above the 70. If it dips below the 70, we may see a correctional move, somewhere between the 99.35-ish level or so on. So that's something to keep an eye out as we continue to trade that later today. Looking at the Aussie US dollar here, we're really flirting with disaster. Okay, we're at this 74.52-ish level earlier this morning and bouncing off of it. So everything is at a certain threshold versus the dollar. Okay, so the question is whether or not we're going to consolidate here and we're going to bounce off of these lows, or we're going to continue breaking out lower. In the meantime, okay, we just seem like we're really just flirting with the support level right here. So really nothing to write home about as a potential trade unless you do see some sort of breakout either on the downside, okay, or you see some sort of capitulation or some sort of bounce on the upside. Looking at the USD Japanese yen as well, just here at 110 and at resistance level right here. We haven't seen this level, for quite some time, and we look like we're making a nice V formation altogether, but this has to continue on the upside for it to show that it's really strong. So I'd look for some sort of either breakout today or some sort of correctional move perhaps, as this is on this resistance level. Now jumping into the DAX, we saw a nice rally earlier this week. We're above 13,000 this morning, just dipping just below it right now. And that was not a nice rally altogether for the DAX. Okay, so it looks like it's coming back, okay, above the previous resistance level, as you can see here. So the question is are we going to continue this upwards momentum? I mean, we're only 500 points off of our all-time highs. I'd like to see that momentum resume itself. The Dow Jones, still very quiet this early session. We sold off earlier in the week, and now, just bouncing off of this potential support level of 24,670 as the market has solidified and some of the stocks have gotten stronger as well. JSC as well, bouncing yesterday to its 52.548-ish level and then selling off a little bit. Let's see if we do get that continued rally, that we're looking for. Jumping onto Bitcoin, we look like we're breaking below the 30-day average. Okay, now if we do continue to break this with some velocity, we could definitely see a continued correctional move on the downside. Okay, however, just make sure that you're on top of it, because this thing could really be fast and furious. So correctional move, we're below our 14-day average if we look at a 4-hour chart, certainly below 30-day average on a 4-hour chart. So that's something to look for as a potential trade later today. You could ease into the position and see if we do make that correctional move to the 6,000 level. This is Fred Razak. Want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.